Good morning, guys. Welcome to a morning outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday, the 6th of January. Right, okay, let's get on. And firstly, news-wise, data came out yesterday in the US. They're not quite up to expectation. There, the manufacturing data, 47.9 versus 48.3, so slightly lower, and it's contracting below 50. It's contraction, slight contraction, so not growth. And well, fortunately, the inflation is contracting there as well, which probably helps the cutting of rates potential more so. Anyway, aside of that, then today we've got very little. We've got Italian bank holiday, fine. German inflation there, prelim inflation there at oh yeah, it's all morning, isn't it? It's the race to get the data out this morning, so right up to midday-ish, so we'll get the data out there. Doesn't really hit the market too much often. It's rare for it to move too much. So that's it really. Then waiting for tomorrow with the ADP numbers, a bit of more important Australian inflation there tomorrow. But alright, let's get on and look at the markets themselves, starting off with the euro dollar. Bigger time frame here then. So yesterday we did see it fall off a little bit further than when I first looked at it. It always had got this on the daily as well. It'd been coming off on the near term, but it's done a bit of a key reversal there. Looks to be at the moment. It certainly did on the 4 hourlies here. And well, now it's a bit between a rock and a hard place really. It's still below that sort of that trend there on the 4 hourlies, so it's still classified in a downward trend at this stage, I guess, on the shorter term, intermediate term. It's whether or not it can do anything more. What I don't really like is this double divergence sort of looking bit of price action. Is that a double divergence showing? It's not really. It's just double click on here for a minute. Yeah, there's certainly a divergence sitting there. It's more so over this last part rather than the first part. But anyway, sitting there, a bit of divergence. Not so much on the MACD, which is a bit of a bigger longer time frame sort of move. It's not reflected there, so perhaps it's still got some further upside. Don't overly like it though. It's too much potential resistance that sits there. The pound marginally better here, coming out to dailies here, so solid day there yesterday. Today did look better yesterday actually in the morning. So it's broken through these prior highs here. It has slowed down, which is not surprising through the Asian session there, and it has done that same sort of price action kicking through. Let me just take this. So again, the MACD is probably showing a little. See if I can get rid of this. Oh, come on, go away from me. It's typical, isn't it? Remove, that's it. Just bring this up a bit so I can see the MACD. There we go. It has got the double divergence on this sitting through. Okay, now the first one, if it was to trigger, would be a break of these lows here. Then the second, the earlier one back here, untouched daily pivot potential for that to run back. Don't overly like the action, but there we are. Not really going now. The one I do like is the dollar yen here. This looks a bit more positive, he says, on the lower time frames. Look, on the daily, but from a daily basis, well, it did do a bearish engulfing bar there yesterday, just about on the dailies, and well, had broken down quite nicely. Popped back up. It's a lot easier to see on lower time frame here. Popped up, gave us a lower high, broke the lows which I was looking for in terms of confirming the downside potential. Didn't move a massive amount from then, but and then took the retracement. But we're sort of looking there again. It's a case of waiting to see if we break these lows again. You could wait and be a bit more patient. Probably need a wideish stop if you're trading this the way it's moving at the moment. They're quite solid retracements on these, so you wouldn't want to be choking anything, but has the scope, probably the best scope at the moment to continue on its path to the downside. The Aussie's already taken quite a move this morning. Again yesterday, solid up day there, and well, quieting down a little bit through the Asian session, but it's moved quite decently there. It's a bit of a reversal at this stage here, post 8 o'clock. Perhaps if we get back above the R1 there, as we haven't hit the pivot, the R2 becomes a reasonable high probability, but we'll see how things work their way out here. Yeah, certainly no trade sort of sitting there immediately. US dollar CAD, but it has got the upward bias, that Aussie. US dollar CAD, well, from a daily point of view, we run to the underside of the monthly pivot, the new monthly pivot here. It's whether or not now it's stalled. As I said yesterday, we had this rounding bottom, which, well, if it takes this top out here, I think we could be in a bit of a continuation. It's what it does from here is key. There's no race to be in this. Short term, perhaps if it was to break the lows here, have a better chance of a bit of a continuation. But likewise, if it breaks this nearer term high here, well, that will give us a little higher low in the short term, potential to run back up to those highs and perhaps further. So a couple of things there, the dollar yen and maybe dollar CAD, if a bit of patience needed on both of them. Other plays, US dollar Swissy, this is similar-ish price action here, gone into its monthly pivot, reacted quite strongly to the pivot there. It's whether or not it really breaks through or beyond its 50 MA, the 4-hourly 50 is holding it in a sense. It's air kissed, it hasn't actually caught it yet. But again, like the euro, this is an inverted euro. We've got the double divergence effectively kicking here, have we? Not really, actually. It has on this second part, so a single divergence. The first one didn't really play out, it was too strong. There is the scope, I guess, for this to push on up there towards the daily pivot, but all things can consolidate is the word I'm looking for. Other downside opportunities, maybe the euro yen. It doesn't look like a downside opportunity from the dailies though, that's the thing here, but it does on the shorter time frames. If you look at the intermediate time frame here, it's confirmed sort of lower highs there yesterday, and it's looking at the moment like this quite nicely. Got the scope for further downside, so this is something to watch post 8 o'clock. So yeah, there's a couple of opportunities there, possibly dollar yen or euro yen, both looking in reasonable shape for further downside. Just got to be a bit careful that the actual strength on this from a daily perspective has been pretty decent, but we'll see. It has got that monthly pivot just below the current price action, so maybe better off sticking with the US dollar yen. Right, okay, it's just that we get a bit more euro yen action often this time in the morning. Right, other markets, quick view of the other markets then. We've got, he says, scrolling down quickly, gold, it's up fractionally again this morning. So a bit of continuation from yesterday's movement there, slower now, a bit more of a steadier move. This is okay in terms of consolidation, shove up, consolidation, potential for a bit more of a move up, maybe on the break of the 5 o'clock pivot there, if it does come through this morning for a continuation. So that's that scope. We were looking at gold yesterday, gold, silver, and silver's up another 2% this morning. Look, it's already pushed up. Doesn't look great with this bit of price action from late December, but it is moving quite solidly, or has been moving quite solidly. Yesterday it just carried back on there. Bit of an uglyish looking picture, I guess. Overall, again, consolidation, just wait for the continuation and breakout. Right, oil still struggling down here. It's quite a mess, really. I'll leave that alone. And the S&Ps, finally, S&P. So yesterday we did end up okay, but it wasn't the biggest of moves. There, yesterday it was okay. It was okay. It looks like we could be pushing for an all-time highs again. 4 hourly, bit choppy, consolidating, but coming a fraction off. It's not the prettiest of markets as it sits at the moment. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE. FTSE's okay. 8 o'clock's just open, giving it a shove already. It's taken a bit of, I mean, it's quite solid old move there yesterday. In the end, it took a while. It took the afternoon data to get it really going there, but looking like it's certainly on for the S2 at this rate. It hasn't caught the pivot, so got the potential of the S2 DAX. The trouble is it's not from here really. It's already they've sort of gone. DAX yesterday, real solid day, making all-time highs there for the DAX, and well, coming off a little bit this morning at the moment. But a bounce off of something like the daily pivot later this afternoon would be quite nice on that one. We just need a bit of a retrace now. Okay, not a great deal else there. Prince, Happy New Year to you as well. Right, okay, yeah, keep an eye on them up, but don't forget, I look at all the pivots, the quarterlies included, quarterlies and annual. Obviously they come into play a lot less, but all the pivots these days, they work to some extent or another. Right, I'm going to leave you there. So in summary then, it's really the US dollar yen. This continues to break down. Give it a little bit of time, but this could be on for the S1 at least, back to those prior lows, potentially, maybe a bit more. But as I said with this, you need to probably give it a bit of a wide berth in terms of stops. The Euro Yen is the other one, which is slowing down a little bit at the moment. If I can find it, there we go. But this too looks like it's got scope to continue to the downside. Don't jump into it too quickly is the thing here. As much as I'd like to be taking it on the break just below the lows there, it has a habit at the first 15 minutes of reversing after it's triggered you into a trade on this. Right, that's right, I've got the stats on that one and it's quite high potential of that, so hold fire. Right, okay, catch you later, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the morning. Bye for now.